Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends.
Okay, I promise I won't quit my day job. As long as you can name that song and that band. And maybe even type in the next verse in the comments. It is a blast from the past, but it's the first thing that popped into my head when I walked in the room, turned on the light, and saw the Breedlove here. So, that being said, today we have a surprise, big surprise. We have footage that I found of me taking the bridge off, and while I'm taking care of the task for the day, which will be sanding the clear where I touched it up with some 3000. It's on a pad. We cut a little piece off and sand it with a little bit of water. We will take a look at that footage and I will narrate my process. Okay, let's take a look at what we're doing today. I've masked off the bridge mount area as I said I would. Make sure that I don't get any water or compound on the raw wood that's inside underneath that. And I'm going to cut a little piece of this 3000 off, and actually make 3 pieces out of this. Make one big center piece and 2 little corner pieces. And this stuff is mega fine. Let's see how I'm doing as I'm doing what I'm doing. Anyway, so this is a wet dry sandpaper, so I can use a little bit of water just on a dropper. Nothing fat. I want to get the whole thing all wet. Seems to be digging in pretty good. Usually you can't even, it's just like rubbing a piece of cloth across it normally. So anyway, while I'm doing this, we'll take a look at that footage as promised. Okay, the first thing you'll see here is that I have taped off the finish to protect it. And I'm heating up an extremely sharp and thin putty knife. And I always start from the outside and work my way towards approximately the center. And the putty knife should be warm, well, should be just barely uncomfortable to touch, but not too hot. So, and keep it heated frequently. And I like to wait until the putty knife cools off a little bit before I pull it out, because I don't want the glue to reconnect, because it's going to be warm in there. Once it cools off, I can gently pull it out. You can see here I'm getting pretty close to about halfway through. And make sure that the corners are well released. Both sides before I even continue to the back. Once I have them released, then I can get down on the back side of it. And we're just about there, I think. Further than halfway, even at this point, even though the front's already cut. I want to make sure that I don't go any further than halfway, and it should be releasing any time now. Just connected in the center at this point. And voila. We have a removed bridge. Meanwhile, I've finished sanding this, so just clean it up with an old sock. So next we will take a peek at it and see what damage I've done. Still a little too wet to see. Okay, well, as you can see, maybe, I don't know if we can or not, it just looks kind of dull. Now it's time to do some buffing on it. And I know I said I was going to hand rub it, but I decided to use the Dremel. Here is the Dremel. I got some polishing cream, a little bit on a plate here. Set it right there, and I'm just going to dab a little bit at a time on there. Being very gentle with it. I'm not going to take you all the way to the end of this. I will show you the finished product. Okie dokie, I brought out the big guns. Show you the finished product. As you can see, it's pretty dang shiny. Oh no, looks pretty good, considering what it was. See you in the next one.